Hello, everybody. Welcome to session 3 from Thesis to Book, How to Create an Online Course. In this session, you will learn the process of converting your book into an online course, then how to create your online course, then how to promote and sell your online course. We've covered a lot of things in the previous modules, so I think it's worth recapping. What we're getting into now is content syndication. We created our ebook, we converted our academic research into something that would be consumable for a mass audience. All we're doing now is taking that information and repackaging it in new ways for people that like to consume content differently. Some people love to read ebooks on their smartphone or their Kindle. Other people like to listen to audiobooks. Other people like to read books in a language that's not English. Other people like to take online courses. And that's what we're going to be talking about in this module. How to take the same information that you've already been turning into different media and turn it into an online course. There are a lot of ways that you can create an online course and a lot of places that you can go, but I'm going to make this as simple as possible for you by going to the biggest sales site online and showing you how to take your book, turn it into an online course, and sell it to as many people as possible. I think the best place to go online to sell an online course is Udemy. That is udemy.com. It's a place where you can turn your book into a course and sell it to thousands of students. Let me show you a little bit about Udemy. This is the front page. Some general information that they give to us. Udemy has over 10 million students. It has 40,000 courses, 20,000 instructors, 42 million course enrollments, 9 million minutes of video content, and 80 course languages. In sum, Udemy is a site that was launched a few years ago, actually by people from Turkey, and it's a place where instructors can come and create their own course and sell it to students. They don't need any special credentialing. Now, credentialing helps, of course, but provided you can meet the spec requirements for your online course, you can create absolutely anything you want to. Let me show you some of the possibilities that come with Udemy. Now, most of the people who create courses tend to be vocationally oriented. The courses are about learning Java, learning JavaScript, learning C, C++. But there are also people who are selling social sciences and humanities courses. Let me show you some of the courses that are available. I'll just type in history because that's what I do. All I did was type in history into the search box. These are all of the different courses that are available. One that really piqued my interest was this, Lectures on Greek History and Culture by Ben Lugosz, a retired classics professor. This course, Lectures on Greek History and Culture, here's what's interesting. Ben Lugosz has 58 ratings. He has 2,312 students enrolled in the class. He sells it for $15. Now, let's say that Ben is earning 50% of that. That means that he's earning approximately $30,000 on this course. Now, there are probably people who are able to get coupons for this course, so I doubt he's gotten that much. But the point being, think about the earning potential of this. This was just an extra thing that he created. He was probably a professor. He took PowerPoint slides that he had from his years in teaching. He just recorded it, made a course, put it up online, and that was it. This is why I'm so excited about Udemy, because I think any instructor, anyone who has any teaching experience whatsoever, if you have PowerPoint slides, if you have anything, even if you don't have PowerPoint slides, all you have to do is record it, narrate it, put it up, and sell it, and you can make way more money than you ever could at a university. If Ben is making $30,000, and this is from one course, how many courses have you taught where you earn $30,000? You just put it up one time and it's there forever. Let me show you how Ben did this because I think this is a good introduction to Udemy. Now, first he has an introduction where he just mentions what you learn. You start at the world of the Greeks, look at the Iliad, and then look into different conflicts. He has 61 lectures and 25 hours of content. What is that content? The content is generally this. I'm going to press play. This is an introduction to the course. Here's what's happening. Ben has a PowerPoint presentation. He records it. He has a microphone and he speaks over it. Much like I'm doing with you right now, I am speaking over a narration, although this isn't PowerPoint, I'm just online. And that is how almost everyone creates a Udemy course. You don't have to be in front of the camera. You don't have to be talking at it. It's actually better if you're not, because having someone talk at you can get really boring after a while. And most people are looking at Udemy not on their laptops or desktops, but on their smartphones. And PowerPoint works really well on a smartphone because you can see the text and you can follow it very closely. So here you have each lecture. Sometimes they're 30 minutes, sometimes they're 50 minutes, and it just goes through civilization of the Greeks. This is a much bigger course than is typical. There's 25 hours of video content. Some courses are only 2 to 5 hours of content. I have one that's 10 hours. I have one that's 2 hours. It's not necessarily better to have one that's 25 hours long. If people feel like they're really getting a good value, then of course you want to have it longer. But some people like to get the information quickly and then get out. So the point is, you don't have to make it 25 hours long if you don't want to. Then Homer and Homer's Iliad, this information, the Persian threat, Greek philosophers, Greek language, and then there's a short instructor biography. And then here you can see student ratings where students say how much they like it. So that is a general overview of Udemy. I want to show you how you can take your ebook and turn it into a Udemy course, and I want to show you what I did. First, let me jump to one of my history books to show you how I started in this translation process of turning it from an ebook into an online course. This is a Word document of my book from Muhammad to Burj Khalifa, a crash course in 2,000 years of Middle East history. This is chapter 2, from the Romans to the pre-Islamic period. This is what you would see in the book. It's a short chapter. I just write some basic information here, and that's all it is. I just describe the salient points of Rome to the pre-Islamic period. What I want to do is I want to have a PowerPoint presentation that goes along with this text. Something that just has bullet points that describes the information that I'm giving here, maybe a few pictures. And then I don't directly read this text over my PowerPoint, but I give it a summary. I narrate it, and I go over it that way. Let me show you how I did this. Now, I don't know about you. This is just my thing personally, but I'm not a fan of PowerPoint. I find creating PowerPoint slides really boring and really mind-numbing. I actually paid someone to take my book and turn it into 25 different PowerPoint slides, or 25 different presentations, because there's 25 really short chapters in this book. So I thought if I have 25 modules on Udemy, or based off of 25 PowerPoint presentations, that is good enough. Like anything else, I went online, I put up a bid, I asked people if they would do a project where they would take my ebook and turn it into PowerPoint presentations, and I found someone who did it, and it made my life much easier. Let me show you what that looked like and how I did that. Here we are on the wonderful Upwork.com, and this was the post that I made. I said, I need you to create 25 short PowerPoint presentations for my history book. And I said, this is an easy job for someone who knows what they are doing. The project is completed to satisfaction. The designer will have the chance to do other point slides. I'm looking for a quality PowerPoint designer who knows how to take content in written form and translate it to a good PowerPoint presentation. I want you to take my book on the history of the Middle East, which consists of 25 chapters that are 500 to 1,000 words each, and turn into a PowerPoint presentation of 5 or more slides. Include main points, pictures, maps. Applicants must be native or fluent English speakers and able to get the project done. I say that because there are some people with really bad English, and if they're not good in English, it'll take you more time to clean this thing up than it did to just make it on your own. Job description. I want you to take my book, A Crash Course in 2,000 Years of Middle Eastern History, and turn it into one PowerPoint presentation for each chapter. These will be used to create a course on Udemy. I just tell them what it is because maybe they know Udemy and they know how to work with me. I will send you the book if you qualify for the job and a PowerPoint template to use. You are responsible for creating 25 PowerPoint slides. Take the content and break it down to simple sentences. Each slide should have no more than 5 separate bullet points of text. Each bullet point should have at most 10 to 20 words. I'm letting them know that I don't just want them to pull text from the book and splatter it on the page. Include pictures and maps when appropriate. simple Google searches or public domain images. That way there's no copyright violation. Finish in a timely manner of 1 month. And you don't need a historical background. So I include a link to the book so they know what it is. And I include a link to Udemy just to give them an idea of what it's like. This is a course on American history from Reconstruction to the modern era. It's a simple course. You can link to, if you want to do a post like this, you can link to my course. And in the resources for this section, I will include a PDF that has this exact posting that you can use if you want to hire somebody to do it for you. So, and at the end, like I've told you that I did before, when I'm putting a posting on Upwork, I say, please answer 2 questions to keep me from getting spammed. What did you have your breakfast, or what is your favorite movie? You can just ask one of these questions. I want to make sure that they're reading what I'm saying. Here's the offer that I got back. I paid $384 for this. Very much worth it. I'm glad I did it. And Rebecca Kibler was the person who did it for me. If you want to hire Rebecca, she did a great job. I recommend her wholeheartedly. Here's how it was with Rebecca. She gave me PowerPoint presentations for each chapter. So from chapter 2 to chapter 12, and there were more from 13 to 25, she gave me these that I downloaded. Let me show you what one of these PowerPoint presentations look like. I'll click over to it, and I'll also include it in the resources for this section. So if you want to download it and get an idea of what you need for a good Udemy course, you can do it yourself as well. Let me hop over to that PowerPoint presentation. Here we are. So chapter 2, from the Romans to the pre-Islamic period. Here, it's just an overview of the different empires that meet in the Middle East up to the Arabian Desert. Then she talks about the Bar Kokhba revolt. There's a little bit of overspill here with the text, but I just finished that afterwards. Influence of climate and geography, and issues about different groups that live there. Again, some formatting issues, but that's easy to fix. You just have to move some stuff around, and that's it. Okay, and then she includes information for the next chapter. All I have to do for a Udemy course is I need to do a recording of this. I need to make a recording of this PowerPoint presentation where I get these slides and then I have my book in front of me. I'm not reading the book verbatim, but I'm just using it as a guide. And I talk over it. When I'm in this section, I'll talk over and say, can anyone control the Middle East? The Arabian Desert was the convergence point between the Roman Empire, the Persian Empire, and tribes of the Arabian Desert. The Roman Empire and Persian Empire were largely sedentary that used cities and villages as their tax base, while the tribes of the Arabian Desert were mobile. They relied on trade and caravan routes, met at oases in the desert, and had a few merchant centers like Mecca and Medina. But largely they were mobile and itinerant. So yeah, something like that. I'm just talking over it and explaining the information. And this video doesn't have to go on very long. I think Udemy doesn't want each video to be more than 20 minutes. I showed you that other Greek history course that was 50 minutes, but I think Udemy has changed its terms of service. So if each video is only 5 minutes, that's okay. I believe that the average attention span for videos is between 5 and 10 minutes, and you're doing yourself a favor if it's shorter. Okay, so that's one step of it. You have PowerPoint slides. You use those to begin to create your Udemy course. But you need to record. What do you do to record? What tools do you need? Let me tell you that. There are really only 2 things that you need to make a course for Udemy. The first is that you need a USB microphone. This means you need a microphone that will plug into your computer. If you speak directly to your computer and use the internal microphone, the sound will be tinny, it won't be attractive, and it won't work. At the very least, you could use a Logitech headset that you could find for $20. That's at the bare minimum. Personally, I like a USB microphone, one called the AT-HAR 2100. That's what I'm recording on. I've used for these videos. It's a wonderful microphone. I think it only costs $50 to $70 on Amazon. Plugs right into computer, takes audio wonderfully. But anything that will plug into your computer will work just fine. So that's how you get good audio and you sound good to the people that you're recording to. There's another thing that you need though. In order to make the actual video, you need screen recording software. This is something that when you're making the video, it will take a recording of your computer desktop, and this is the video that you will show to people. There's two different types of software that are the most popular. There's ScreenFlow and Camtasia. They're completely interchangeable. Well, not completely, but they're both perfectly fine. The difference, ScreenFlow is only for Mac. It's $99. Camtasia is for both Mac and PC. Camtasia is a little bit more. I think it's $139, if the last estimate I know. If you have a PC, then you're stuck with Camtasia. Both of them are perfectly fine. You don't have to do anything very fancy. I am never very fancy when I record. There's all sorts of effect work you can do. I personally don't bother with it just because it's not necessary. Let me show you very, very quickly how you can make a video using ScreenFlow when all you have is your PowerPoint presentations. Let me go to a blank desktop and I'll show you that right now. Now let's get started. Here is my PowerPoint presentation, and I should note that this is in 16 by 9. You want to record this in 16 by 9 because that is the size of YouTube. It's also the size of most computer screens. If you do the normal 4:3 that some PowerPoints default to, there'll be black bars on the side, and that doesn't look very good. Now let me show you what it looks like if you are going to record a ScreenFlow document. I'll come up here on the top of my screen to the ScreenFlow and say configure recording. I'll do record desktop from color LCD, record from Logitech USB microphone. That's a microphone I'm using. It's simple, but it does the job. I click this big record button, and then it'll prepare to record. It will count down right there. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chapter 2 of From Muhammad to Burj Khalifa. We are going to cover from the Romans to the pre-Islamic period. Then I click over to the next slide. One of the main issues of Middle Eastern history is the question of, can anyone control the Middle East? In some ways, it's an attractive area because it's the meeting point between the Roman, the Persian empires, and the tribes of the Arabian Desert. So as you can see here, I'm just narrating over the text. And I could have my ebook in front of me as I'm doing this. I could have it away from me. It doesn't matter. Once I'm all finished, then I come up here on the top of the screen. I hit stop recording, and my ScreenFlow document will appear here. And you can see that I can come back over and I can see all the things I recorded. This top one here is the audio bar. The one down here is the screen recording. First of all, here's something that I should do. I want to make sure that I'm snapped to the 1280 by 720. This thing here will create my canvas. 1280 by 720 is the size. It's like 16 by 9, and it'll make it look as nice as possible. I want to stretch this so that it only goes on my PowerPoint presentation, and I'm going to do that right now. So there you can see, it'll fill it all the way up. This is the only part of it that will record. Then because it's applied, it'll look nice. One other thing I should mention is that if there's a part that I want to delete, if I say or an empty word and I stutter over something, I will delete that section and I can sound flawless on camera. I'll click on this little thing down here that will split the clip. I'll click on this part here. I'll delete that. I'll delete that. And I just right-clicked there to bring this in. So this is my little clip. When I'm all the way done, this is only 40 seconds. It'll probably be about 5 to 10 minutes long. Then I will hit export. This will create my video. In terms of settings, I like to have 100%, 1280 by 720, web low is fine. And if you hit export, then that will create an MP4 video. That's a video format that you can use to upload to Udemy. And I'll show you what to do with that in a second. It's exporting, it's zipping along because this is a small file. Bigger files will, of course, take longer, but this will do the job just fine. For a minute remaining. And again, this will save to wherever you tell it to save to. And this is how you create all the different sessions of your course for Udemy. All right, I'm going to exit out of there. Don't save. Close my PowerPoint. And here's my video, screenflowfloor.mp4, and I can make that whatever I want to. Now we have our videos. You're going to start to make videos of each of your different chapters. What do you do with them? How do you set up a course on Udemy? Let's hop over to Udemy and I will show you how to do that right now. Here we are on udemy.com. First, you need to create an account, and you just come to Udemy and create one, and that's all you have to do. This is my account. Let me show you what I put here. I'll show you my profile. I just say Michael Rank, that's my pen name. Title, PhD in History. I show that I'm qualified to talk about this area. And here I mention some of my background. This paragraph is just about my research. This paragraph is about the books that I've written and, where I live, one biography. You can include all sorts of links here, your website, social media, and that's all you have to do. The other things here, I won't go through each one of them, but I'll just mention a few things. Premium instructor, you have to apply for that to sell courses on Udemy. You can create free courses if you want to, or paid. Premium, it's just a thing that you apply for. It's mostly a formality. And then credit cards, this is how you get paid and all those things. So I won't walk you through. It's quite straightforward. But let's get into the interesting part where you create your own course. Up here in Instructor, I click on Create a Course. So I'll enter my title here. This is based on my ebook about the history of the Middle East. I'll make that the title. The history of the Middle East. How much video do you have? Now let's say I've recorded everything. And all you have to do is make those videos I show you how to make. Do you have past experience? Well, guess what? You have it because I showed you how to do it, and that's all you need to know. How many years of teaching experience do you have? Whatever fits you in your course topic area. Again, whatever appropriate. I want to show you exactly what I did with my course, History of the Middle East from 600 AD to today, and to show you exactly what fields to fill in as you're creating it. Course, okay, you don't need any of these things. You start over here with course content, course goals. What I like to do is tell people what they will get out of this course. I say you'll know as much about the Middle East as you would after a year-long college course, but in a fraction of the time and money. Sounds like the description on my ebook. I think I got it from there. I say you'll get 25 lectures and over 6 hours of content. That's how long it took to record all my stuff. Now, if your course is only 10 lectures and 2 hours, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Whatever you have to do to get the information across. Who should take this course? Those knowledgeable about world affairs who want deeper historical knowledge that goes beyond modern politics. I'm saying here, you don't have to be a BA in history. You just have to be a reasonably informed person. Those who have completed high school and a general non-historian audience. What will the students need to know before starting? Ability to stream videos. They have to have a good enough computer setup that they can stream videos. If they have a Windows 95 on a 486 SX, then that's not going to cut it. And an internet connection, pretty basic. Click Save there. Then go to Curriculum. This is where you upload all the videos. I uploaded these separately, but let me show you how you could do it when you're creating your own course. As you can see here, here are different sections, Section 1, Section 2. These are big, huge branches that give an overview of what's happening with each step of the course. What would you do if you were starting from the beginning? Let me show you. You'll come down to the bottom of the page. If you didn't have anything, it would be at the top of the page. And first click on Add Section. And this is a big overview thing. I could say, early Middle East history, whatever. On the top, I said the beginning of the Middle East from prehistory to Muhammad. And I don't have a learning objective because there's nothing different here than everything else. Then I will add the section, early Middle East history, add it. In this section, I will add a lecture. The lecture is the video that you make. I'll say, pre-Islamic history. That's what my little video was about. And the description, I can add whatever I want to. Just one sentence, 2 sentences, and it could be something like this. Learn about the geographical, historical, and social conditions of pre-Islamic Arabia. Good enough. Now I will add content. The video, I click on this, upload video. I'll grab that video I just made with ScreenFlow from my desktop. Let's find this. There it is, part 1. And I'll let it go for a while. It'll be 50, 100, 200 megabytes, however long it took to record, and you'll let that go and give it as long as it takes. Once it's done, it'll be made available, and that's it. That's really all you do. You go through, you add as many videos as you need, and sections, you can have just one section for the whole course, or if you want to, you can break it up into sections. You can do that for as much as you think appropriate. And there's really only a couple of other things I have to show you with Udemy. I made videos for all of my teaching. There's one other thing I added for my course. I included the PowerPoint notes, the PowerPoint slides from the different lectures, and I included audio MP3s in case somebody wanted to listen to it. You do not have to include this if you don't want to. Perfectly optional. I won't waste your time by showing it to you because I don't want to just throw too many things at you. But there's just a few other things you have to do with your course. I'll leave this page because I'm not going to save those things. Course basics, history of the Middle East, 680 to today. Good to be very simple and direct. You don't need to be clever. You just need to make sure that people understand what the course is about. And the subtitle, a comprehensive overview of the Middle East and its social, cultural, religious, military, and political history. Language, English. Category, academics. Subcategory, humanities. Instruction level, I say beginner to make it as accessible, but I could say all levels, so it's really for anyone, whether you're a newbie or not, that's fine. Course summary. This is something to keep in mind of. What I try to do is tell them again what they will get out of it. You can basically take the description of your ebook and put it here. That is what I did. So I'm not going to walk you through this again, because in the ebook description, you're trying to tell people why this information is valuable to them. This is the same. The only thing I did different is I added some bullet points on top. Become highly informed on the past and present of the Middle East in minutes a day with this introductory history course. And I tell them what they'll get out of it. Then this is my ebook thing. Also, once you start getting some students, there'll be people who will leave testimonials. I took the one that I like the best and I put that on the description. Testimonials are nice because it shows other potential buyers that you know what you're talking about and you can teach in an engaging, informative way. I like that, so I clicked save. The image. This was a public domain image I put right here. Udemy will design it for you if you want. You just choose an image file and put it right there. Promo video is something I have with some of my courses, but not with other courses. If you want to with a promo video, you can just shoot something exactly like I showed you, where you have PowerPoint slides and you do a voiceover narration. And you can talk about the benefits of taking this class, why it's good to take it, and then maybe a little bit about you to show why you are a good person to teach it. It only has to be maybe 1 or 2 minutes long, and that will be perfectly acceptable. Test video, this is when I was initially creating the course and I uploaded one video. When you're doing your first one, a person from Udemy will make sure that your tech specifics are right, and they'll see that what you're doing is working out. And then you'll also get someone to give you feedback. Udemy is really nice because they walk you through everything. I really like how they do it. Course settings. I'll mention a few other things here. Public or private. Make this public because otherwise people can't find it. Price and coupons. This is something important to keep in mind. Your course can be between $20 and $50. And you can go between those in $5 increments. So it can be 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And coupon codes. Let me explain this because this is something good to know. You can offer people a discount for your course. I will just type whatever I want here. Sale, price after discount, $10, and number of coupons, 2,000, whatever. Okay, so I'm making it, I'm creating a $10 discount. Why did I do that? Here's why I did that. If you sell your course for full value, you keep 50% of your money and Udemy keeps 50%. So if your course costs $20, you get $10. Still not a bad deal. Now, if you sell your course through a coupon code, maybe you email a bunch of people, maybe you have your launch team that helped launch your book initially, and you email people in that way, and they buy it through your coupon code, you keep 97% of the money. If your course costs $20 and somebody buys your course through udemy.com, you would get $10. If you create a coupon code for $15 and someone buys it through your coupon code, you get like $14.90. The reason Udemy does that is because they want course creators to do promotion for them. They want them to go out there and get people to promote their own courses because they want people to be brought to Udemy so that they'll stay in Udemy and buy other courses. That's part of their strategy, that they can incentivize course creators to go out there and do marketing on their own. Pretty smart, I think. Now, the good news on Udemy is that they do have a robust market, and there are a lot of people who will find your course just being on udemy.com. So if you put it up, people will find your course. But you can also bring people in by letting them know that you have a course available for a discount. And if you do it that way, you can sell a lot of courses. Let me see if there's anything else here I want to mention. Well, there's really nothing else. Once your course is up here, it'll say your course is in preview mode. When you're ready to publish and you have all the descriptions and you have all the videos uploaded, you'll just click here and you'll make your course live. Let me show you an email that you can send out to people when your course is live and you can start to promote it immediately. Here is an example of an email you can send out when you're first launching your course. Hey all, I just launched a 25-part course about the history of the Middle East on udemy.com. It normally costs $29, but I'd like to give this email list free access. I gave them free access because I wanted a lot of people in there in the beginning and I wanted to have some reviews. This is not a bad idea. On your Facebook group with your launch team, the people who helped you with your ebook launch, your audiobook launch, these are great people to go back to. You can tell them your course is available and that it's absolutely free and say, hey, if you could leave a review, that's great. It's also good to get some people to sign up for the course so it's not sitting there on Udemy and people think that no one else has bought it, because then it looks like loserly and lonely. But you could also say, it normally costs $29, but I'm giving away for $10. It includes over 4 hours of audio and video content designed to give you a complete overview of Middle East history from 680 to the present. Here is the link. Where do you get this link for the discount? You get it right here. Down here, 50% discount in the price and coupon section. If you click on Get Link, this will give you the link that you can paste in your email or Facebook post. Or you can tell people to type in the coupon code Middle East Michael Rank. If you like it, reviews are appreciated. Best, Michael. Send that email out, and either as a free promo giveaway or as a discounted price promotion, and you are on your way. You have an online course that you can begin to sell. There we go. Now, again, this is something that takes a little bit of time in the beginning, but once you get comfortable recording videos, you will easily be able to take your ebook and turn it into an online course. The first time I created an online course, it took me about a week of work, probably about 30 or 40 hours of getting comfortable recording, getting comfortable being recorded, hearing my voice, not getting all fidgety and nervous when I knew that my voice at that second was being converted into audio. After a while, I became more comfortable. I could probably do the same thing about 2 to 3 times faster. And the great thing is you just put it up there one time. It can make hundreds of dollars a month. Maybe it can, if you really promote it well, over $1,000 a month, although 100 to a few hundred a month is customary if it gets good traction on Udemy. But it's something that you didn't earn before, and you don't do any additional work for it. It just sits there and you earn income passively. It's great. Those are the main things that I wanted to cover in this section, and I have a few resources to help you out. Like I said, I have PowerPoint slides of the first session of my course. You can take that, look at the dimensions, and if you want to start creating PowerPoint slides based off of that to get an idea of how you space things out, what are appropriate dimensions, please go ahead and use that by all means. I'm happy to provide that. And a Udemy course checklist. This includes the emails that I mentioned that you would send out to people. This includes some of the course descriptions and other factors that make for a good Udemy course, so you know that you are creating something that is quality that other people will want to purchase. That's all I have to cover for this session. Thank you again for giving me your time, and if there's anything I said that did not make sense, please ask me and I will do my best to follow up or explain it in a clear way.